Hi, it's me, Honey the Solar Punk. Today, I'm going to show you some of the ornaments I made for our winter solstice, Kwanzaa, Christmas, holiday, winter holiday thing. So last year, I made some orange, did I make orange slices? Or, what are those called? Passion fruit? I don't know. My brain's out. I don't eat citrus because it makes me get a rash on my back and stuff. So I don't know all the names of citrus. Blood orange. This one's a blood orange. So I made blood orange ones this year. Last year I made, I think, passion fruit or whatever the bigger one is. And those ones turned out well, but I cut them a little bit too thick. But this year, because I had to wear gloves and stuff, but this year my boyfriend cut these and they look so much nicer. And I had just some glitter lying around that I had. I've been trying to use up the glitters and stuff that I have before investing in biodegradable glitter. But if you don't have glitter just laying around your house like me, buy biodegradable glitter or micas or something like that. Ugh. So this one is for a family friend of my boyfriend's family. And they're just kind of shiny. So I used a dehydrator, but since these were so thin, they dried really, really well. So I'm sure if you cut them thin enough like these, you can easily put them in the oven on a low temperature. I love it. So I made a bunch of these. I made a long one, but the rest of them I made in these singulars like this. I don't know if you can see how they sort of shift in the light, and when they're through a light source, it's kind of like stained glass sort of look. Really pretty. So I made little loops for each one because I wasn't sure whether or not I wanted to do a garland or if I was going to put those in everybody's stocking or this year or whatever they got going on. So that's the first one. The next one is these ones I had air dry clay laying around, so I used air dry clay to make these. I just used the air dry clay. I flattened it out and as thin as I could. I kind of got more of consistent sizes after a while, but I'm getting some of them are a little bit thicker. So I just flattened them out, used a cookie cutter, and then I used the back of a paintbrush to make the holes. And then I'm going to put that same red and white cotton string through these. These aren't too heavy because they're air dry clay, but they stayed up pretty well. And I just used a simple cookie cutter. It's like a pack of flour cookie cutters, and I thought maybe I could make some snowflakes easily on these or whatever. And I made a ton of these. I have 3 racks of these. And these ones I just had laying around air clay, right? But you could just as easily use what is it called? Salt cookie dough. So that's going to be just flour, salt, and water. And there's a ratio to that. There's recipes for that online. And you can make these same things. That you cook in the oven though. And so just pick out a flower-shaped cookie cutter, and then you can easily make little, snowflakes and things like that. And then I made these cute cat ones because we all have cats in our family. My sister has a dog, but I don't have dog cookie cutters. I feel kind of bad. Maybe I'll get some. But making these little ornaments, and those are all going in the stockings. Trying to keep Christmas really chill this year. And then, so those are the ornaments that I made with just some cookie cutters, a paintbrush, and some cotton string. That's it. And then I'm going to a little bit of glitter, and then I'm going to paint these. I could go ahead instead of just painting them using natural vegetable dyes, which would be really cool and great. But I am an avid painter, so this whole table that we're sitting on is just covered in paints. Paints I bought years ago and that I refuse to throw away until they're empty. So I just have all these paint. These are my boyfriend gave me these because he bought paint years ago and they're just full. So we're just using all this art supplies up, and I make my art creations and stuff. And then when those are done, I'll dabble in more natural pigments more. But I could now go and find out like some black walnuts or boil some onions or hibiscus, which I might do for some of these, dye them pink or red with the hibiscus. Certain barks, grasses can turn green and different colors like that. A little bit of lemon juice and certain berry juices can turn them from purple to pink to blue. All those sort of fun vegetable dyes. What is that? Purple cabbage is also a good one where you could easily dye your ornaments with those, which I might do, and I might make a video about it if I get the chance. I do have paint though, so it might be a mixture. So those for sure are going as gifts to people who are like considered like acquaintances or broader family members, you know, things like that. They're just gonna get a card and an ornament this year. And then the other gifts I'm giving, books, of course, thrifted books, books that my boyfriend had for a long time. I haven't always swapped books, giving them out to people. Books you get from the library, like if your library has a free section. Check out if your library has a free section. You can get thrifted books there. You know, thrift stores have cheap books and stuff, and you can find all kind of good stuff. Wrap those up. That's a good one. I like to give out like poetry books and self-help books. And then for kids, I like to give them books that I like to read when I was a kid, like Goodnight Moon and things like that. And you can usually find those. And then for other ornaments, so I'm giving like gift ideas and ornaments kind of in this video. For the other ornaments, I'm a gardener, as you know. So with my job, we had there was like a lot of little dead pieces of wood, little half-dried mushrooms on them. So I took those pieces of wood into the house and I dried them out, and I just wrapped around some fake garland I had and some real pine branches. I went outside, trimmed a few pine branches. So I've got pine branches laying in front of my TV with 2 big pine cones on them and then a little red bow. And then on my little fake fireplace, I've got the fake garland, but a big pine cone and the real wood. So just a mixture of things, so not everything is dependent on plastic ornaments or pre-made ornaments. And then poinsettias and things like that. Be careful if you have pets with poinsettias. My cat lives on the wild side. Tried to bite it as soon as we got it at home. She didn't seem to get sick right away, but she does stuff like that all the time. She has like a stomach of steel. So I just put it up after that on a high table. She has not jumped on it since. So poinsettias, I go out and get real pine branches. I live in the north, so there's plenty of pine up here. We had a pine tree that was like leaning, a new young one that was like its branch were leaning too close to our house, so we just trimmed those off, and they're decorating the house now. And we just got some glittery pine cones and stuff and put those around. Boom, awesome. Ooh, I should show you guys the other thing. So, I came back, but I grabbed this. It's a kissing bow of peace. I've only seen it in one video on YouTube. I don't know anything else about it, but it's supposed to be an Irish Celtic tradition. And it's just, that's why I had to buy the fake garland, because I couldn't find the right materials. And some of the orange slices that were like broken in half, I used in these bows, which made them really pretty. And I just tied a bow around it and more of that cotton string. And so, oh, and I stuck in real natural. So this whole thing, like, and there's cinnamon sticks in here. So like 90% of this is biodegradable and stuff. And you can use it year and year and again, just put new fresh ingredients in it, which is nice. And so it's supposed to hang above your door. You kiss everyone in your house. That comes kind of like mistletoe, I guess. You can't put mistletoe in this too. Mine aren't quite finished yet. And it, you know, brings everyone to your house saying, oh, it's going to be a peaceful time kind of thing. So there's this one video of this, I don't know if it was a workshop or a college class or something. She was talking about winter solstice traditions, and she had a little altar there, which was really nice, and talking about the different things on it. And she showed this kissing bow and how it was like an old tradition and everything. And we are celebrating Kwanzaa this year, which is great. But I also like to celebrate the cultural traditions of my boyfriend, and they're Celtic on that side. So we're doing that. We're kind of having more of a winter solstice than a Christmas. It's the sort of thing. Not the whole family, but like me and my boyfriend, because we're not Christians. So we're just trying it out. So it's going to be awesome. So that's another good decoration. The other one I did this year was I made paper snowflakes. If you remember how to do that when you were a kid, which really brought me a lot of joy in doing. I stayed home, folded up a bunch of paper. So when I fold mine, I do them into the regular like square, and then you cut the end off, right? But then with the end, it's like a little rectangle. So I made like 3 more squares out of that little rectangle that you cut off the end, and I made more snowflakes. So I'm making like so many snowflakes all over my house, and I'm going to make some more. And so that's how I do it, just to save as much paper as I can. And then if I can, like, keep those to the next year, that would be great. But we'll see, you know, with paper. And I can recycle it or put it in the compost bin or whatever. It's just blank paper. So decorations. For gifts, I want to do some paper seed balls. And I might do a video on that if I have time. So paper pulp. Wild seeds, and I think the whole family will really enjoy that. And then I got some milkweed seeds from our milkweed that grows in the front. Smashing it all together, letting it dry out, putting it in our little gift baggies that is going to be with the card and the ornament and the little seed balls, or just seeds, to figure out what I do if I'm too tired. There's going to be a bunch of seeds in that bag. But wildflowers and stuff. So up there, that's the basic gift. It's good. It works. That one's a good one too. And then, of course, experiences and things like that. I also recommend going to Fairly Local Vegans. Fairly Local. Is she still Fairly Local Vegan? She might be Fairly Local Family now. Her video for sustainable Christmas gifts was really, really good. That had a lot of stuff that she's been working with for years. So those are good too. And just trying not to, I do a lot of handmade gifts because I'm trying not to like fully sink into the capitalist sort of lust of Christmas, where it just becomes like a buying fest holiday. Like, I'm making things that are culturally significant to our families and using the things that I have in my home and my possession to meet those goals, and trying to make it more of a cultural situation than like we're all buying things. Like, a few of the things that I've bought like for my nephews or my younger sister are like things that I think will aid in like their mental health. Like my little sister, her father's a little strict on her, so I'm like oh, she needs things that make her feel good and pretty and things like that. So I got her this bath set, you know? Or like my little nephews, like I want them to continue growing and to be healthy young men. So I get them 101 things boys must know, like tying knots and stuff. And I want to get them some compasses and things that they will help them flourish and grow more and keep their gears working of bigger understandings of things. Because those are the ones in the future that are really going to have to do the things we're all dreaming about. They're going to be the ones who have to like go, you know, very solar punk about the things in the future if climate change continues the way it's continuing, you know? So just opening their minds, trying to get things good for their brains and their mental health. Kwanzaa is traditional to give books as well, so we're giving books and stuff. I do recommend to go out and forage your Christmas ornaments, or, you know, whatever you're celebrating. Go and forage those things. You can do it. I believe in you. There's wild holly out there with berries. There's wild pines out there. There's pine cones out there right now. You don't even have to use ribbon. You can use twine. You can make cordage out of wild things out there right now and tie those up. I just went down from a full-time job to a part-time job. So I'm using what I got. So, yeah, I totally recommend all that stuff. And I hope you like this little video, kind of a holiday video, and appreciate it. And, you know, these are my little things. I hope you like them. Get some good ideas. Comment down below. Leave me some comments. Check out my Etsy page. And I'll see you guys again. Hopefully the next video will be making paper seed balls.